Hello, my name's Laurel Papworth. I'm a university lecturer. I'm a strategist and consultant on virtual worlds, primarily to government. And I am very interested in presenting to you today what my idea of the metaverse is. There's lots of ideas out there. This one's mine. I'm going to take you through augmented reality and virtual reality. And then we're going to look at mixed reality and what that means. And I also want to have a quick chat about where the metaverse sits in human evolution around our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, and what it will look like in the future when those things sort of merge and mash up into the metaverse. So, let's get started. First of all, the metaverse is either a mix of augmented reality or virtual reality, or it can be those two things completely separate. And what are the differences between them? Augmented reality is the real world, but you use sunglasses like the Ray-Bans that Facebook's got, or your phone. And as you look around or as you pass over the real world, you will get a layer of other information. There are some apps where you can look at a building in a city and it will show you the jobs in there, and it will show you the apartments for sale and anything like that, so that you get this additional information through a layer. It's using location and object recognition and some other technologies, but you understand augmented reality. I think another one that I've seen maybe 10 years ago that was really good, I haven't used it for a while, but you can use object identification to pass your phone over something that you see in a shop, and it gives you competitors' pricing. So it identifies what the object is and then uses the APIs, it queries the databases out there and says, oh, this store has it for $10 less or something like that. So that's always a fun thing to do in a store. That's augmented reality, the real world with a layer over the top. Virtual reality is completely constructed virtual world. So if you've played games or if you've been in social virtual worlds, then you'll see that the whole world is fully constructed. It can either be on a computer screen and you're launching an app on your computer and playing an avatar, or else you've got an Oculus headset, Rift, some other headset on, and you're using an app to enter into a constructed world. Now, there is a part of augmentation that moves into the metaverse, and the metaverse is lots and lots of these little constructed worlds connected together, and they may be linked together by currencies or by activities or by gamification or something else. But primarily, we see that the metaverse can have the physical world pulled into the constructed world. If you have an Oculus headset, you've probably mapped out the floor so that you can do Beat Saber or the Thrill of the Fight or some other exercise program. And that's really important because we need to know the boundaries of how we can move around with the headsets on. Another one is we can map out the physical keyboard, the actual keyboard on our desk so that we can type in the virtual world. We map it out, and then the computer knows where it is, and it can, I think it's the Logitech one, it picks up on that keyboard and actually brings it into the virtual space so that when you're typing, you're actually typing in the real world. Also, sofas and chairs, you can map out sofas and chairs. So we start to see more of the real world brought into the virtual world. Virtual reality. So we've got augmented reality and virtual reality. As we move more into mixed reality or cross reality, which you'll see marked out as XR, cross reality may be you walking down a street with the glasses or a headset on, and in real time, the world is reforming around you. You can still see people moving around, but they may look like avatars. They may be turned into zombies. That's called alternate reality. And it's also a function, but more of the gamification and the story time. If you are walking down the street and you want to have a different day constructed around you, Google does this as well, it means you can still get from A to B in the physical world, but hey, you've got a different journey. You see something else as you move through the physical world. It starts to overtake the world. It might become cartoonish or something else. I'm very interested in how Passthrough will work in cross reality. So Passthrough is when you have your Oculus headset on and you're fully immersed in a constructed world. It's not the real world, it's constructed. But you double tap the Oculus headset and you see the physical world. So if somebody knocks on the door, for instance, you can go and answer the door. At the moment, it's black and white. We are in 2022. If you're watching this in the future, hello future. But as we get better with the pass-through, it will become, the cross-reality part will become a functional part of the metaverse, of what we see and what we do as we move through the socially connected virtual worlds. For me, if we have the emotional, mental, spiritual part of ourselves here and we have a physical layer of the world here in the middle, the metaverse is us creating the world again as a mirror back to ourselves. So it's got a lot of energy at the moment, a lot of focus, and you'll notice that people that don't even know what it is are very interested in it. As we have this surge, as we have this push of energy to help us create worlds in our own image and avatars in our own image. We learn best by creating ourselves again. We can see things, we can see where we've gone wrong, we can see how social constructs, social paradigms maybe are not working for us. It's a very interesting time and it can kind of go either way. I'm not saying it's all brilliant, but I do think it's a very interesting time. So that's my view of the metaverse and the main components of the metaverse. In the next lecture, I want to go through NFTs with you, what NFTs are, and how real world things like provenance have been working and how they're changing and how NFTs will come out of the digital metaverse world into actual reality as opposed to virtual reality. I think that'll be an interesting video. So let's do that one next. I'll see you then. Thank you.